too much of a set count for them, so either they went by a different tag or something else happened, or this is their first outing and they're just doing really freaking good. So either way, Zero Suit versus Toon Link might be a little bit of a tricky matchup for Zero Suit because she is quite the tall character, and Toon Link is pretty tiny, but
Zero Suit's fast. Zero Suit's got a lot of disjoints and buttons, and it can be really difficult for Toon Link sometimes just to be able to get that kind of space that Toon Link needs to actually play this game. And we're already kind of seeing all of the above start to smother Astra a little bit, but now they're playing back with punishing some of these moves. If you know how to maneuver around Zero Suit hitboxes, that's really the key to this matchup. Being able to bait them out and not let them hit your shield.
Toon Link also being a little floaty, it makes it pretty easy for Zero Suit to connect air-to-airs, and especially with that airspeed she has, she can definitely contest and really shark a lot of edge guards or potentially just catch landings really, really well. You know, but this could honestly be a back and forth given how many poking options that Toon Link has at his disposal. You know, you've got Boomerang, you've got Zair, you've got his little stubby aerials right there. So I don't know, if Astra plays his cards right, I could see this, you know, very well going in his favor. But all the above, just hitting that whip on him real quick.
Yeah, that was quite the angle on side B.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly, just killing like really as well. So
this is a kill move.
Yeah, actually just trying to find a way to just be able to pin down all of the above, but this is really, you know, the challenge of the matchup, right? Like once a character like Zero Suit does get a lead, there's no longer necessarily an incentive to approach.
Exactly.
As Toon Link, your approach options can occasionally be limited, and Zero Suit has an amazing keep away game. So you have to anticipate the double jumps and the flip kicks and sometimes down air timings. You have so many factors to consider that oftentimes you'll be left guessing.
And that's the case for Zero Suit, honestly, right? You know, I mean, the game plan for every character in this game is once you get the lead, you no longer are resigned to approaching all the time. But with Zero Suit especially, she has so much mobility at her disposal and so many poking options in neutral to really dissuade any interactivity with her in close quarter combat that it can be really hard to take her lead away from her once she has it. But Astra, luckily getting that up smash to clean it up. And he's getting these little hits in. The fact of the matter is, Toon Link doesn't really have any stable facilitators for large combos into kills. It's just kind of poke away until you get your big hit.
Yeah, you need to get like the big hit, which is like, you know, really close.
Like a fair or an up B.
Like a really closely spaced boomerang. You don't really have those big drag downs. And a lot of the combos that you do, they just tend to be vertical ones, like as well. Like with like a lot of up tilts, and that can be a little bit difficult to try to find on Zero Suit sometimes. All of the above just going with a lot of retreating Zairs, a lot of retreating side Bs as well that are putting so much pressure on Astra.
With it as well, we haven't mentioned that flip kick makes it almost nigh impossible to really try and shark landings. Oh, they didn't go for up B. They could have. Maybe they didn't think they had enough time with the charge. Away. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. You can run up and up B, and it does come out a little bit slower than it used to, but
I feel like they were not in a place to do it. I honestly respect the fact that all of the above did not commit to it because, look, they were still able to get the stock here, so they're still chilling, they're still hanging out, and they didn't have to commit to anything a little bit too risky if they were unsure of it.
And we're seeing the Astra just start to struggle a little bit to net these kills. Oh wait, never mind. Commentator's curse right there. Bomb the fair, the old reliable, as we like to call it with Toon Link right there. And this is looking better and better for Astra now. The less you let the lead creep away from you, especially against Zero Suit, the more favorable it's going to be when you start trading with her more and more. Because she is light. She is a very light character. She will die to those stray aerials really, really early.
Oh, not able to complete the string there. I feel like Astra could have thrown out another aerial in a moment, but all the above just really good at using down air out of disadvantage just to be able to reverse a lot of the pressure that they end up putting onto the opponent. So Astra just once again not able to connect too many of these projectiles, not able to get many boomerang confirms out quite yet.
Still, these stray hits are more enough making up for the amount of stocks that Astra lost early on. Now actually having a bit of a lead right here and starting to get those connections that he needs just a little bit more. You know, one bomb to fair could very well end this game right here. And it looked so good for all of the above at the start, but now they're just getting hit a ton.
Gets that up tilt, tries to wait and maybe anticipate a landing, but then all the above is just like, hey, I'm going to go to the other platform completely. Flip kick from ledge, perhaps. Look at that.
And we're seeing the win condition right here creep out. Astra trying to shark this landing with up smash. It's really quick, and given Toon Link's ground speed, he can definitely shark landings just a little bit. I would like to see all the above be a bit more evasive. I feel like they're committing to these landing options very, very early.
Yep.
And you have so many resources like flip kick and your double jump to really maneuver around your opponent and not allow.
That was such a risky double jump.
No!
That double jump almost cost Astra that stock. They double jump back on.
Is that the game?
That is going to be the game. Oh my goodness, what a reversal from all the above. Able to take game one for themselves.
Crowd is roaring for this man. We don't know him, but they do. And yeah, just the classic there. I feel like that was almost really scary right there because he had the double jump commitment right there. You already see Astra setting up for a boomerang confirm, tries to get the F tilt, which is actually a pretty good anti-air tool for Toon, like just swinging it a bit too early right there, though. And then they get all went wrong.
There was a very key moment was in that last stock where Astra decided that they wanted to double jump back from the stage, back onto the stage. They used up such an important, vital resource right here. I believe this is where it happened. And now, once again, they get hit off stage. They had a lead. All they needed to do was just go to the ledge and play the game from there. But then as soon as they get hit out, doesn't matter that this flip kick didn't really connect because you know what?
Got back. You had ledge control at this point. They gave it up. Decided to do dash back to anticipate the landing, but picking a grounded option against flip kick is scary.
Yep, you need to either just like try to dash back and use like your biggest disjoint to try to poke it away. If you have a projectile, that would be the time to shoot it. Like where you know that flip kick can't reach.
He could have just jumped because sometimes flip kick, the way flip kick interacts off of the hit, it's kind of a phantom flip kick sometimes, and you go kind of intangible, and you don't get hit with the berry or get clipped by the kick if it doesn't happen. You know, the berry just happens for free if you manage to hit your opponent while they're grounded. But if you're in the air, it's a lot harder unless your suit actually kicks.
Yep.
So,
but this time, they are going to be opting to go for Final Destination. I agree with this choice for Toon just because, you know, you don't really get that kind of mobility that Allotheabove was looking for last game. They don't really maneuver around with flip kick, just jumping from platform to platform and camping. This time, it's like you were landing on stage at some point, but no. Oh, they do have a double jump. Okay.
I thought they didn't either, honestly. Got my goose. All right, though, but again, like you were saying before, I agree with this counter pick immensely right here for Astra. No platforms to really mitigate punishes. You can really do dash back and land, which I think Astra likes to do a lot is just catch these landings. You know, it is one of the things that Toon can excel at, given how low to the ground he is and how quick his little feet carry him across the stage. So.
Yeah, I feel like Allotheabove is really good at like playing defensively, playing back a little bit. But when it does come time to actually initiate, more often than not, it's almost always like you know when they're going to go for like a zero or for like a side B. And as a result, sometimes the tempo does get like a little bit predictable.
I loved that landing mix-up right there with the dare to cut the momentum short off of that into the B reverse side B right there. That was really, really slick by Allotheabove. Still, not able to net the stock. We saw most of the stocks being netted last game by these B reverse side Bs, but Astra's playing at a much more respectable distance this time around. And I think it's really working out for him, Dara, honestly.
Who tries to get the tech chase with up smash. I'm not sure if that would have covered anything besides like maybe a get up in place. But yeah, Astra just playing back, throwing out projectiles. Allotheabove has just not been able to find a consistent way to get in here. They're going to need to find some like different approach options.
And this could be tough for ZSS because ZSS has pretty precise hitboxes and needs to find her win condition through just her movement or just catching your opponent on the back foot most of the time. You know, we haven't really seen too many confirms out of Allotheabove this game. Meanwhile, Astra's had no problem picking up these kills, just sharking these landings every single time.
Yeah, they both just pacing this one also like pretty like slowly as well. They both being very like gentle, they both being like really, really patient. But finally, that side B is going to connect. I feel like with the last couple of stocks, Allotheabove was almost only going for retreating side Bs. Ones that they would like use to reposition themselves. That was like the first wave bounce one that I've seen where they just double dip back in and are able to approach.
I gotta say, the gamer music is definitely not helping with the tedium of this game so far, because the gamer song literally is just on like a 3-second loop the entire time.
All it does is just build anticipation.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Devin. Yeah, let's go. I like this. This is the production you can expect from House of 3000 right here. But yeah, they're going into it. This is way more epic. I feel like I'm playing Guitar Hero right now on the final level.
Amazing stuff. Also, up air has just been doing so much for Astra this entire game. They've been constantly airing Allotheabove, catching all these jumps, getting under them, and finally, that is going to be able to do it. So that was a much more confident game too. I feel like Astra has a tell on the way all the is going to be playing.
He was bringing it back game 1 too. It was just that unfortunate flip kick right there. Like Astra clearly has a game plan in mind to find these kills. He knows his win condition. I feel like it's all of the above who's been playing a little more free-handed throughout this, just trying to find these kills with the side B whip most of the time. But Astra consistently has been sharking landings or confirming off of bomb for each one of his stocks. You know, and I feel like having a very solid game plan going into any matchup puts you at a better spot than someone who is free-handing it, because Allotheabove kind of clutched that game 1 by the skin of his teeth, but this game, that was convincing for Astra.
they just kept getting onto them. Up airs, back airs, forward airs. Just finding, like, having, like, really good understanding of just the way that they wanted to be flip kicking around.
Absolutely.
And as a result, all the above just sort of struggle to initiate. I feel like through the entirety of the game, they need to be more aggressive. Yeah. They need to go in with more short hop, fast fall, neutral airs on shield.
They need to be careful, I feel like, with their landings. I feel like they got snatched up so many times for like lackluster landings or trying to go for wave bounces that were not really tripping up any sort of movement whatsoever because Astra is playing stationary. And you can't be pretending that your opponent is playing one way. You have to react in accordance to how they're moving as opposed to forcing your will on them. And we might see that come to fruition here in this Game 3 on Town and City. We get some real bops from the KK Slider man himself.
Look at the way all the above keeps on choosing to initiate.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
side Bs, it's zers, it's grabs, and that's just about it.
He's fishing for it.
That time, like, they just need to also mix up when they approach with the falling from full hop, maybe rising from full hop. It feels like every single option is almost always initiated from a short hop. And if you get your height predicted, suddenly you jump in.
You get called out for that. I got you. And I think the few projectiles that Astra has been relying on this time, like, you don't see him really throwing them too willy-nilly. Astra's been picking really key moments to pull bomb and also pull boomerang out. Like, he hasn't really been throwing them to create some sort of bullet hell for his opponent. But still, all of the above, managing to just put some more gas in the tank and get that edge guard there. You don't really want to be going too high against ZSS because she's got the airspeed to keep up with you to edge guard you.
You gotta just make sure you hang on to a neutral air dodge and just try to react to, at least try to pick an option in that kind of a position. Decide to use your jump, or maybe air dodge, or throw out a hitbox, something. But the last thing you really want to be doing sometimes is just being like a sitting duck for the Zero Suit to go out there and edge guard you. And again, like those side Bs, they're killing a lot of all of the above's momentum. They have the pressure, they're putting it on, and then they whiff a side B, and then all of a sudden, it's Astra's turn again.
I'm already noticing, though, a quick adjustment from all of the above with how he's handling his disadvantage right here. He hasn't been landing as willy-nilly on top of his opponent. Like, he's been picking really close calls right there, but he's been using Zair as a fantastic poking tool a lot of the time on these landings and deploying these aerials at the very last second. So it makes it a little hard for Astra to anticipate what landing option is being chosen right here.
Who gets a falling back heel, tries to get an up tilt into another aerial. I love the idea from Astra, but slightly dropping the execution on doing so. Maybe a little bit too early of a percent. I like this idea there, side B into up air, but for all the above to connect that, they would have needed to full hop and not short hop.
Oh, yeah. And right now we're seeing a little bit more of an even game right here. Just both these guys getting their poking hits here and there, waiting for that one big confirm or one screw up on either part. And I like it. This is Game 3 of pools. This could really determine who either makes it out or who's going to make it to their one seed in their pool. So they both have to take this really, really cautiously. They cannot afford to make any more mistakes here.
Oh, I like that bit of a dash back from all the above, just backing up, maybe trying to see if Astra is also going to push and maybe get a whiff punish in that position. That was so scary. Astra just had to sit there, stay locked and shield, just always cognizant of the threat of a back kill. Just to go out there for an edge guard, but a really good high recovery.
Oh! And you saw Astra right there sharking for that fat up smash, but luckily all of the above being privy to that drifts out and hits that back air. And I believe you still take increased knockback when you're charging a smash attack in this game. If I recall correctly. So yeah, Astra just got sent flying off of that. Oh, no tech zone. Uh-oh. We're seeing lots of jab locks from
Listen, there's
the
a lot of
Lynx
pressure.
today.
When there's pressure, you miss tech timings. It happens constantly. It happens all the time. So, guys, please, please, please make sure that you have the mentality to be able to tech things. But it is understandable why that necessarily didn't come about. So,
nerves can make it a little harder to react, too, honestly. Like, no one really picks that up. Like, you kind of, at these lower levels of play, you get kind of caught up in your own game plan and autopilot, and you don't always react accordingly. You just go with what has worked for you in the past. You don't really know how to freehand it sometimes.
Competing is hard.
It is hard.
It's honestly one of the hardest things you can do. But yeah, getting an up tilt into up air, just Astra once again putting on damage. This time with the bomb in hand, being so patient when it comes to catching all the above's landings, right? So they're not getting under flip kick. Wow, that was a jump call out.
Her kneecaps are gone. Her kneecaps are gone. And Astra clutching up, managing to win that 2-1, that excellent fair call out. And you were saying it before, Dara, with how many short hops and how many